Welcome back to the Shoeless podcast, the only podcast heard around the world. We're back. We got some topics this week.
Finally.
The weeks have been slow, but we're here. We got NBA midseason. All-Stars are out. We'll get to that. We got the NFL. The offseason is getting hot and heavy. Big things happening. A lot of quarterbacks being moved, which is the most important position in football, so it's going to be that interesting. But I guess we're going to start this off on a somber note. And one of the greatest athletes of our generation involved in a car crash, career-altering car crash, and it wouldn't be the first for him. So we're going to get into it. I don't know. It's kind of sad to hear the news. Like, that's big news to hear about Tiger Woods in a car. Like, after the Masters win, after all of that, Tiger Woods, after being heavily involved in the media, Tiger Woods had been kind of quiet as of recent.
Yeah, I guess like the first thing obviously is obviously best wishes and hope he gets well as soon as possible. With the things that have been happening, with the things that have been happening lately, it's just kind of like when those kind of things happen, it's just lucky that it wasn't more tragic than it already is, because we've lost so many legends in the last couple of months and years. So obviously, first and foremost, him getting better soon. But everyone's already jumping to the question of like, when will he be able to golf again? And I feel like time will tell with that. But those injuries sounded very severe. So I guess one day at a time for that. But if anyone can get back to their form and to be that guy, it would be Tiger. So hopefully that really does happen for him.
Yeah, prayers up for Tiger. And like you were saying, we lost so many legends these last couple of months. It's ironic you say that. It's 224. Rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Gigi. I just hope like Tiger gets back healthy. I don't even care if you got to golf anymore. I'm just happy you're alive, my guy.
Yeah, that was a close one. That's really scary to hear.
It's going to be interesting too, because it's already well documented, like his history with like prescription drugs and like painkillers and trying to get over past surgeries, and now to have as serious as a surgery, like to go through that and then see how he battles back from like how like through the pain and that kind of stuff, and if he's able to use those kind of like painkillers to fight off the pain post surgery, like that kind of stuff is just scary. But I think in this moment, like a lot of people are doing, just taking the time to like think about how important he is to the sports world and to like golf, because there's been no other golfers in our lifetime who become like icons like Tiger has. Like he changed this game, the sport of golf. Like he made it cool. He made all the other golfers who play golf so much money just by his presence. One of the first athletes to become a billionaire on just advertisements and Rolex and Nike, and just him wearing red on Sunday. It's just iconic things. Do you guys have a favorite Tiger memory, if any, or anything that comes to mind when you think of Tiger?
Well, like I was saying before we started, like I watched that documentary, and like, I never really knew. Like, we had an earlier podcast where you said it was our hot takes podcast, which is I think our most viewed podcast. But like, you were saying that the Tiger comeback and winning the Masters was the greatest comeback of all time. And you never really take into account how much the man really lost. But the documentary documents it very well. Not partially, mostly his fault, in some of the things he was doing besides the injuries and stuff. But I just think you need to appreciate how great of an athlete he is, and how he, brought the rise of like athletes playing a sport like golf, like real, like raw athletes being able to play a sport like golf, which is kind of what makes it harder for him to win now, but really changed the entire landscape of golf.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, it'll probably be the comeback. I think when that was all going on, me and Isaiah were actually at work. I was actually probably one of the first times I actually paid attention to golf. So
and he had that impact on so many people. I remember when I was younger, like I used to watch with my dad and my grandpa. Like every time there was like a major event on Sundays, he'd wear red and we'd like watch it while we eat dinner, and just like knowing that he's gonna win, like it wasn't even fair at certain points. And then like that Masters win, there's comebacks like you think about like the recent comebacks, and like we talk about like Alex Smith, like those kind of big injuries and they come back, but like to be at the top and be the best probably ever at your sport, and then to fall off like that and then to do it again, I think it takes like a kind of like it humbles you, like your ego, all of that, and like all the willpower it takes. So yeah, on that note, I mean, that's our thoughts on Tiger. I mean, yeah, like get well soon, and hopefully we get to see him play the sport that he loves again. But obviously his health comes first.
And Charlie Woods is next up. Young
Yeah,
Charlie
he's
Woods.
ridiculous.
Young Charlie Woods.
He's ridiculous. Yeah, so on that note, we can get into our usual topics. We got NBA and NFL. This time we're going NBA first, so we don't have to reintroduce you to the Shoeless podcast because you're already here. What am I doing? I didn't even. You guys didn't remind me.
Tiger news.
Oh my gosh, it's right here. I'm sorry, guys. Just follow this, please. My fault. Subscribe, put the bell on, comment down below.
I know what to do if you're hurt.
It's right here at this point. if
Shoeless Shows Pod everywhere.
All of the medias. But we're gonna start off the NBA topic with like I guess it's like halfway to the NBA topic because we have a little segment that we wanted to bring up and talk about. Obi presented this just before we started, and it sounded like a great conversation. So we're going to talk a little bit about the G League bubble, and is that the best route for players who might not want to go to college, might not want to go overseas? Is this a tenable avenue to the pros? But Obi, you got it.
Yeah. At first, like I was saying, like, yeah, I think this got to be the best route. But then Isaiah presented it to me like, you got to be built like those players that are performing right now, the Jalen Greens, the Jonathan Kumingas, the Isaiah Todds, like, and it definitely takes a mature mental aspect to even be in that situation. So, like, I feel like if you really believe you're ready for this, like, that's the avenue to go.
Yeah, if you dedicate, it's a lot of, like, it's been done before. Like, Brandon Jennings didn't go to college. Brandon Jennings went overseas. So it's been done before where you take that route to go play professional first because you feel like you're ready for that challenge and you're ready to do that. But you know, some guys fall under the waist. Like some guys need the coaching. Like JJ Redick is good, but JJ Redick wouldn't have survived in the league had he not played under Coach K. You know what I mean? Like had he not learned the game the right way. So some guys like aren't physically built for the league or aren't mentally built for the league yet. So I think in the college basketball aspect, like that's probably what you learn the most from college is how to build on your body. Because, you know, they kind of just take care of you the whole time. The G League teams will take care of you, but like a lot of stuff, you get more freedom and you do it on your own, which is why kids want to skip college. This was another reason why kids want to skip college.
I mean, like, but you already see it kind of happening. Like it's not the same thing, but like what Wiseman did this year, what Jalen Johnson's doing at Duke this year, like the kind of thing where like if you don't like the setting that you're in college, like realizing that I'm only gonna be here for 1 year, like, and my stock is already where it is, like I'm gonna like not have to worry about classes and like all that other stuff. Like I'm just gonna go practice like all day and get better and work on my body, work on my mind. I mean, like Obi said, like being with NBA coaches, being with players who play in the NBA, that definitely goes a long way. But I think the difference is in college is like you can kind of like you have more control over your environment and where you want to go and what setting you want to be in. Obviously, like offers to change that, but when you're going up against people who are in and out of the league or have not been in the league yet, and that's where they're trying to make it, and you're standing in front of them, you better be ready to perform every single night, even if it is the G League. And doesn't matter if you're like the highest rated recruit, like especially those people, like they'll go right
those guys in the G League, that's their meal ticket. That's their film. They're filling the so-called number one pick in Jalen Green or Jonathan Kuminga. Oh, I just locked this guy up. I gave him 40. Why shouldn't I be in the league? You guys should maybe give me more recognition. And it's going to be like every guy thinking like that.
Yeah, so they got a target on their back. And I mean, it's going to be interesting, especially when it comes like draft time, because like now all of a sudden, like you can watch them in like an NBA system. Like you know what they can do in an NBA system with coaches who have been on NBA staffs before. Like you can better evaluate their role. You have more film on them. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see because I feel like Kuminga is definitely elevated his draft stock with this move. As compared to other players who took the college route coming out of that draft class. He was one of the top 4 or 5 players in his recruiting class, and he's rising his rank to like maybe like a top 3 pick almost at this point. So it's going to be interesting in the next coming years, especially like now that they might change like the drafting rules and how it works with like coming out of high school and stuff, or like the age. So if they're doing that, then I mean, And you're getting paid too. Like that, you got to think about that aspect too for people who gotta like provide for their families and don't like maybe they don't get that scholarship or whatever. Like it really opens doors for people and their future. So I think it's a great thing that the NBA is doing.
Yeah, it's a different mentality you got to have. Like, you enter into that league, like, there are already dogs there. Like you were saying, Jared Jack, like guys who have already been to the top of the hill
Yeah.
and it fell off a little, but know how to get back there. They know what they need to do. You're learning and you're trying to play against these guys too. And sometimes they'll impart wisdom upon you, but then other times, if they're not on the same team, they're like,
Yeah.
well, listen, like I got to get to the league because I have 3 kids that I need to pay for
It's like
living with their mom,
Even if they're
and their mom is
even if
selling the
they're
pink
on their
sheet.
team though, it's not guaranteed that they're giving out wisdom. You gotta remember those guys that are on the team, they're fighting to probably get that next paycheck or just move up to the A as well. It's everybody's dream that's in that league. So
it's like, yeah, because you have all different ranges. Like you have like the Jared Jacks, then you have like players who haven't been to the league before, and then you have like players like Kevin Porter Jr., like Alonzo Trier, like those kind of players who have had success in the NBA already and want to get back there and know that they belong in the NBA, and those kind of players. So it's definitely like interesting to see. Like how many more games? Their schedule is like brief, right? They only have like 10 more games or something like that. It's not a lot. I'm not sure if
yeah,
that's right, but I don't think it's that many
the
games.
the cutoff is like it's somewhere near that buyout deadline.
Yeah, so probably a little bit more over a month or so to go with the G League bubble. But that's definitely an interesting experiment. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds in the future. But transitioning into our next set of topics, the NBA, we're going to start off with the Los Angeles Lakers, a team that's always being talked about because of the one and only LeBron James. But they've been struggling lately. AD is out, of course, so that's a major reason behind it. They've also been playing some pretty decent teams, but even before that, they were having some overtime games with some teams who might not be on their level. What have you seen with the Lakers as of late? Is it just kind of like the same situation where Bron's in cruise control till AD comes back, or that's showing flaws in the roster? Like, what do you guys think the issue is here? Just AD being out?
Yeah, I think it's just AD being out. They gotta get used to doing a little bit more, and I feel like it's gonna be like that even when AD comes back. I feel like AD is not gonna be on this one, but it's nothing Bron hasn't been through. Like Bron knows what he's doing. I see a lot of guys complaining about maybe Bron should like a little bit, but Bron's fine. If he wants to play, keep playing. Like they should let him play.
Yeah, I mean, Braun's still playing at a high level. They're just not winning, and I think, if anything, like obviously they're very reliant on their stars, on AD and LeBron, when it comes to the clutch and whatnot, because they're able to stay in the games with these teams or come back into the games in the fourth quarter due to LeBron. But I think it's a lot on these guys like learning to play, in those close games, in those tight games, learning how to play in those tough moments, and they're just not showing up just yet. They are down Schroeder. They've been down Schroeder for like the past 2 games or so. Like since they played the Nets, I think he didn't pass the health protocols, so that's another big blow to the roster. But I mean, this is just a learning process for these guys because we know come playoff time, when they do make it, LeBron is going to turn up to another level, and I think Anthony Davis could turn up to another level too once he gets back in the rhythm.
It's
So it's
also
for those guys to like keep up with them.
It's also like I don't think they like okay, obviously they care and they want to win these games, but it also isn't it doesn't matter as much right now because like Bron knows he has to save energy for the playoffs. Like even though he's not taking like games off, but like he doesn't have to go 110% to win games that gonna end up being meaningless. And like also like you're coming off a NBA championship, so a lot of those guys are returners and they know what it takes as well. So they're probably in a similar mindset. We're kind of just like let's make it through this thing kind of like healthy and we'll make it through. Like we have the chemistry when AD's here and we'll put it back together. And maybe that's not the right mindset to have. It's not necessarily the mindset that they do have, but it's definitely a possibility given where they've gone. But do you think that are they the best team in the West when AD is healthy?
I think they can be, but I think the West is so competitive. Like any team to be the best team, on any given day. But obviously coming off a championship, they are the team to beat. So yeah, I would say they're the best team with AD.
Yeah, with AD, yeah, they're the best team in the.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Clippers have looked really good, and I really don't want to use last year against them because they have like a different coach and different players. But I feel like they kind of have to prove themselves against the best before you can give them that nod. But they do look better for sure.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if the Lakers were in the East, though, I don't know, man. I might have to talk about them Brooklyn Nets.
the Nets do look scary.
The Nets do look good.
Not even a hater can deny the reality of what I'm seeing. But
7 straight, baby, 7 straight. No KD and what? How many of those games? 5.
yeah,
Bye Iman
Joe-
Shumpert. We're gonna drop Iman Shumpert. Vonleh. Oh, who else did they sign?
Andre Robertson.
I think he's safe.
No, he's cut.
No, he got cut too. Yeah.
Yeah, he got cut.
Man,
He went to practice and took a jump shot. And they were like, "You gotta go. You gotta."
Bro, they was like, bro, out of these minutes we're giving you, you hit 1 3. Your contract is guaranteed. He couldn't do it.
I see it. It's the money.
It's like those videos where it's like the picture was like free throw $10. Like it's like, oh man,
he folded.
Oh man.
He folded badly.
Bro, Joe Harris is shooting 50% from 3, and like he's shooting 57% from like the left wing and like 70% from the left corner. Like ridiculous. Like on pace to become like one of the first players to ever shoot 50%.
Yeah, he's so dangerous, and that's
ridiculous.
That's incredible to have someone that dangerous, the 4th option. It's so like Klay Thompson is the 2nd option, and on some nights the 1st option when Steph isn't cold. There's 3 guys I put in that kind of category who are that dangerous. What Duncan Robinson did last year in the finals put him in that category for me. Duncan Robinson, Joe Harris, and Klay Thompson. Like shooters who don't need to dribble the ball, you just got to run off-ball screens for them, and then they come and catch and shoot. Mike, I know you think about Reggie Bullock maybe, but he's not.
I'm not thinking about him at all.
Nah, you was thinking about Gary Trent.
Not Gary. I'm not even thinking about
Gary Trent puts the ball on the floor.
I was just thinking about how good Duncan Robinson is because they got to the point. But they would when they got the dribble handoff, they would crash it, and he would automatically make the slip pass to Bam. Oh my God! And then
It's
Bam
dangerous.
Bam would either, because he's a point guard who's 10 feet tall, would either do a Euro step or kick it to somebody else. It's ridiculous.
But your defense becomes liable when there's a guy that good that you
everyone-
always have to keep your eye on. It's so incredible. Like, and that's why when you get to the NBA, it's different. Because even though somebody will watch TV and be like, "I'll kill JJ Redick. Duncan Robinson is trash." Like, listen, bro, he's not playing to beat you 1-on-1. He's trying to win. They're using him to win.
There's 5 people, and he's one of the 5. So.
I'm saying it's a 5 minutes.
Dude, it's shooting changes the game. Whether if you can shoot the basketball, you being on the floor changes everything. There was points
changes an entire defense.
There was points in the season where they were doubling Emmanuel quickly at half court as a rookie. Like, if they're doing that, that means that there's 2 people at half court and 4 people near the hoop against 3 other people. Like, you just as compared to.
Obviously, he didn't make the right pass.
I don't mean to throw Knicks fan 63 under the bus here, but when he's on the court and everyone stands in their
someone can't shoot, yeah,
it changes everything.
And when someone won't shoot, Mr. Ben Simmons, then you can just wall it off. I wasn't gonna say your boy. I'm gonna let it rock.
No slander today.
I spoke my piece on Giannis the other day, man. I spoke my piece.
What's your piece?
Let the
world know.
Franchise. He spoke his piece on the entire franchise.
Oh my Lord! You don't understand how upset. Like they won the game, and I was still upset, bro. I was still upset. But maybe another time. We have to have
a whole podcast to itself if it's Obi yelling at the Bucks. So the next thing we're going to talk about is one that is definitely going to maybe make some people on this podcast happy, and another one's not so happy. Kristaps Porzingis, it appears to be on the trading block.
All right, this is my thing. You're the one person that maybe it makes happy. I'm not rooting for his downfall.
Oh, I'm not rooting for his downfall.
Yeah, no, you are.
No. Here's the difference. I'm not rooting for his downfall. I'm
Hater.
the Knicks to win the trade. So whatever has to happen for that to happen, that's fine.
The fact that he's getting traded now already means the Knicks want to trade.
I know that, but
all right, so that's a separate. You need everyone else to say the Knicks want to trade.
No, I don't need anyone else to say because I know it in my heart. I've known it for a while now.
So then what is left?
Nothing, man.
All right. So then let the man be.
He can be great as long as it's not with the Dallas Mavericks. I don't care. He can be great anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Just not with the Dallas Mavericks. But the story is KP is apparently being shopped around by the Dallas Mavericks.
Wait,
they're
aren't the Mavericks
trade interest?
I was gonna say something, but I'll let you live.
What you got?
Don't kill him.
What you got?
Aren't the Mavericks winning games though? Doesn't that
They are because he's not playing.
Doesn't that hurt your plans with their pick?
I mean, it makes it more tradable, so maybe it doesn't hurt their plans. Makes them more likely to pull the trigger on a deal with that, with those Dallas picks. I was thinking about that earlier today because I was just like, draft picks are only valuable when there's no player attached to them. Like if you say I have the 17th pick in this draft, people are like, oh, I want that draft pick, and then you draft a player, and they're like, I don't like that guy. Like so you have to trade the pick before you draft a player, and like now it's like, oh, like the Bradley Beal, the Zach LaVine stuff. It's like, do they do it? Do they? I don't know. But that's the story for another day. Porzingis, they said quietly stopped gauging his trade interest. I mean, not quietly enough.
Unfollowed the Mavericks.
Unfollowed the Mavericks on social media, which is
did he really?
Yeah. Which is every athlete's go-to when things go left. I mean, so they're trying.
Or they tweet out the eye emoji.
Or the shaking my head emoji, shaking my head, or the face palm.
Nah, they be tight sometimes, bro.
I'm saying, but so apparently they talked to the Warriors about him, and other teams. It's just like I don't know. I got the report I read it in was like saying how like a lot of executives were like interviewed were saying like I don't know what they'll get back because of his injury history and like how much money he still has to be paid, and like how that impacts his value because everyone knows like. When he's healthy and when he is on, like he's kind of unguardable. He shoots like he's 7'3", shooting from the logo. Like that is special. But he's also missed like 45% of his career games, which when you're paying somebody a max contract, that is kind of a burden to blow, especially for a team that like if you're trying to win a championship, like you need to rely on him being there. And that's what ended his season last year with Luka because they had a chance against the Clippers too. But it's also weird because like as good as he is, you see that when he doesn't play, they don't miss a beat. And like that's kind of weird for a player that you're paying a max contract to. Or maybe that's just Luka's greatness and his usage goes up. I don't know what it is, but what do you think KP's value is at?
More of that. Yeah.
I would say it's both. I would say it's obviously they don't miss a beat, but like they're a good all around team, and they were missing Dwight Powell last year too, and he got hurt. And I think he's a big part of their team too because he kind of stretches the floor, and Maxi Kleber too. But it is kind of a testament to Luka's greatness. Like you would think they're losing a guy they're paying max money to. And obviously it's no secret that the Mavericks haven't been that great this year. It's definitely no secret to Knicks fans because they've been tracking every game they play this year.
On Tankathon too.
But they I mean, if Luka can get it done without them, if they're playing better without Kristaps Porzingis, that might say a lot about Kristaps. And I would like to know what they gauged his trade interest as. Like, I want to know what people would be willing to give up for him. I wish people were more open with those talks. Like, I wish you would just say, like, I don't know what you're hiding.
Be so quiet, man.
Yeah, so stingy.
Are you talking about a first rounder for KP?
Are you asking?
Yeah, like you were GM.
Depends who I am.
Yeah.
If I got, I don't know.
It's just because like you're because the thing is with that is like if he continues to get hurt like this, you're turning an asset into what could end up being one of the worst contracts in the league. Like just being realistic. Like if he plays, then it makes a lot of sense, and you got him for a first round pick, and you got a steal. But if you don't, and he keeps getting hurt, then if he gets hurt one more time after this. You're not already lost. The contract is finished. Like you're paying him a max contract for 2 years, and you're stuck with it. So like but I was listening to like someone talk about the other day, and they said like something that's like all you really need from him is one healthy playoff run, and you're getting your money worth on KP. And I guess that's the great way to look at it too. Like if you're a team that thinks if we can get this guy healthy for 16 games in April, we have a chance to win a championship, and that's That's true. I mean, the interesting thing about KP right now is like obviously like his offensive numbers, but like when he was like before he tore his ACL with like the Knicks and stuff, he was like blocking 2 shots a game. He's like one of the best defensive bigs in the game, and now he's like they had it like in terms of like net rating, he's like the worst defensive player in basketball, and I don't know how that's possible when like, I don't get that, but like it if that's happening and then the injuries, like I don't know, I don't know what teams would even like make that kind of move. Like I don't think
like it definitely have to be a three-team trade, but
yeah for the money.
I can see the Clippers going and doing that.
That'd be
But
interesting.
But do the Clippers even have picks to give up? Because didn't they move their picks in the PG trade? Their picks are gone for a long time.
Like I said, it probably have to be a three-team trade, but I mean, I don't even know what they got to give up other than like Lou Will.
Their best bet, like from like the Dallas standpoint, is like the next time he's healthy for a long amount of times and playing well, you trade him when his value's at his highest, and then you get assets back that you gave up to get him, and then you can like wash your hands of it, and then it's the next team's problem. That's probably their best bet, but I don't know. It is funny how that whole thing like changed and how quickly that situation with Luka and KP all turned around. And then the last topic we have for NBA. Wait, I wasn't too much of a hater that time, right?
No, you were good. You're all right.
Cool. I just wanted to, I'm trying to.
You did say worst defensive player in the entire NBA.
No, that's what.
I know it's real. I know it's real. You just said it,
and
you kind of smiled after it. That's all.
That's why I couldn't hide my. It's fine. NBA All-Star. Another smile for me. Julius Randle. Nobi.
Zach LaVine.
Congratulations,
Devin Booker.
Actually, I'm gonna clap for the Julius Randle one only because that was my comparison before the season began. So
yay, Obi. Congratulations, Obi. Appreciate it.
Julius.
Good job, Julius. Living up to the name. He's like, Obi. I got you, bro.
I mean, he definitely deserved it. I mean, I know there's talks about snubs, but shout out Farouk. I mean, of course, Zach LaVine, man. Congratulations to the city of Chicago. Farouk, great job, man.
Zach LaVine.
But
Zach LaVine, man.
He earned it too?
No, he definitely did. I was talking to Farouk about it. Like, it's like you talk about snubs and like, yeah, like we can look at the names and say like that guy should have made it, but then it becomes who doesn't make it. And like the NBA is so talented now that like every year it's a debate. And that's how good the league is in terms of like talent. If you look at what do you guys think would like obviously Booker made it now. So I guess like again he made it on like a technicality, which is like I guess if you make it, you make it. Who cares? But
if I had a list of the All-Stars, I know Gobert shouldn't be an All-Star. Chris Paul shouldn't be an All-Star.
Chris Paul shouldn't?
No.
I think Devin Booker should have been an All-Star over him. Maybe.
Yeah, me too.
Nah.
Low key, maybe Mike Conley is in that discussion too.
My thing with All-Star games, like I get it, like I get it.
You gotta
deserve it. You gotta reserve the best players, but like who wants to watch Rudy Gobert, bro? You want to watch Chris Paul shoot mid-range shots?
Yeah,
you want to watch Chris Paul hit mid-range shots?
Yeah, but that's not a reason to say he's not an all. It just don't want like I don't know.
No.
I think he's an All-Star. Like you think like his play deserves.
He's saying for the purpose of the.
No, I know, but do you think Chris Paul's play makes him an All-Star though?
Yeah,
like,
no, definitely play makes him an All-Star. I'm just saying like. I ain't trying to see him in that shit, man.
You'd rather than make All NBA.
At this point, I'd rather see you make All NBA than All-Star game. And I wish he would tell the fans that, so the fans would stop wasting their vote and voting CP3. But I get it; he has a huge following, but I ain't trying to see CP3 in him. I ain't gonna lie. Like it really depends on the day. I don't know if you're really trying to see Devin Booker in that. It really depends on the day.
What do you mean?
Like. Watch Devin Booker. Like I feel like what are you watching from that? He's not entertaining the fans crazy. Like obviously we know he's
I guess he could drop 70. I mean he has posters. He can shoot the ball, which I guess people like to see now.
I mean, like no one wants to see Vucevic, but like
Vucevic is not.
I mean that might be the only one that's questionable in the East. Like I think all the other ones made sense. Like I think if you're gonna put a big in there, then I think Sabonis should make it over Vucevic.
Yeah.
Like definitely Sabonis should make it.
I think James Harden came over and stole a spot.
Yeah.
And
what spot?
Trae Young.
Nah.
No, he didn't. What? Trae Young.
I don't think he
James
should have made
Harden
the
were
All-Star
not
team.
doing that.
You don't think James Harden should have made the All-Star team?
Trae Young. Like of this roster, of the people who made it.
No. Yeah, I'm not
else.
gonna lie. I'm like, bro, he's mad. He's disappointed. Bro, they're not winning. You ask for a
No,
better
they're not
roster.
winning. I'm just saying.
You still suck.
James Harden came from the West, and now the pool is much larger for getting spots like that, for getting a guard spot.
I mean, yeah, but Kemba didn't make it. Who was there last year? Who else? Jimmy. I don't know who else.
They didn't deserve it. 2 Celtics though came off the board.
Yeah, but
Jaylen Brown.
They deserved it.
Yeah.
If Atlanta was an 8 seed, I don't know if Jaylen Brown gets that spot. If Atlanta's an 8 seed,
yeah, I think he does though. Just because like when Tatum was out, Jaylen Brown was keeping them afloat. Because like they missed Tatum for a lot, and Kemba was out for like hasn't been good at all. But Kemba missed like the first.
Atlanta is Trae.
Yeah, Atlanta's Trae, but like it's also like the Knicks are Julius, and the Knicks are better than the Hawks with I mean the rosters are like comparable, I guess, but.
Bro, Vucevic made an All-Star spot, bro. Trae Young is making that spot if he's an 8 seed, bro. I don't even know what seed the Orlando.
Bam didn't make it either. They're like they have like 10 wins,
no,
but like their whole team is hurt. To be fair, like Fournier missed like a week. Cole Anthony's been out for mad long. Isaac's out. They have nobody besides
as an All-Star. You think team success should matter?
Yeah,
for an All-Star,
kind of. Like I think if you're a fringe All-Star and your team is winning, then yes. Like if Julius Randle,
it should be the last, like the least on the pie chart.
Yeah, I think like maybe like it should definitely be like exciting to watch, like 60-70%, and then like everything else is winning.
Exciting to watch, yeah. That's a good category because I don't want to watch these bums play. Vucevic better not touch the court.
If the Knicks were like the 10 seed,
his ass down.
Yeah. I mean, like, Vucevic is.
Oh, and you're right. That's another thing, though. The Knicks are winning, so.
He had to make it. Like,
Randall,
Because like if they were like, because people, there was a thing on Twitter yesterday. People were like, oh, like, I can't believe this person made it. How are we gonna like? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They was talking about, oh, like, how are you not gonna count like? How are you not going to consider the playoffs of last year for the All-Star game? I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, like, oh, well, usually it's like 48% of the season is played, and this year it's been like, no, usually it's like 55% of the season played, and this year it's like 47. And I was like, bro, it's the 2020
carries over,
bro.
Carries over.
What are you talking about?
Nah, people are ridiculous.
Like they're like, oh, Bam, how does Bam and like this not make it? I was like, bro, because they're the 10th seed in the East.
Basuda.
What are you talking like that? That was ridiculous.
You know what's crazy? I didn't know Westbrook was like averaging a triple double.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like actually averaging a triple double. Like they still be. I think they'll be losing, but that triple double is crazy. That he averaging it, he still didn't get an All-Star spot. That is actually kind of crazy.
He wasn't even like on the list.
Because that was like, I think that situation was too high profile that everyone knew that they wasn't winning because of Bradley Beal, that they couldn't even like try to sneak him in. Because if you put him in over anybody else,
you put two Wizards players on,
nah, bro, get out of here. Then it has no, the vote has no more integrity ever again, bro. The second worst team in the NBA has 2 All-Stars. Yeah, all right. That's not how it works. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any other snubs really. I mean, they made up for it with Devin Booker because they put him in, but I mean,
I knew that was gonna happen. I like Zion making his first All-Star.
Yeah.
He fills up 100% on that fun to watch.
Yeah. Dude, the last 2 minutes is gonna be taking turns throwing lobs to this kid. Like, there's gonna be
Zach LaVine. Him and Zach LaVine have a dunk contest the last 2 minutes.
Oh, Zach LaVine also said he's not doing the dunk contest this year.
And I got Zach LaVine winning a dunk contest.
I know this guy's going to. This man, they got to get him in the dunk contest.
I guess, yeah.
To lose? No,
Zion?
Obi Toppin.
Who's he losing to?
Obi Toppin can win a dunk contest.
I said Derrick Jones Jr. Derrick Jones Jr. would kill Obi Toppin.
Based on
about Kill. I don't know about Kill, bro.
On nothing besides the fact
that the kid could jump.
That's what I'm saying.
Based on the fact that he be throwing everything in the room.
Bro, he's young.
I'm giving that
Obi
an 8.
Toppin has
throw the ball in the hoop in front of me, I'm giving you an 8. Jump over something and throw something in the ball in the hoop, I'll give you a 9.
Jump
That's
over
it.
something.
We've seen you do it before. Now do something cool.
I'll give you
I've
a
seen Obi
50
Toppin dunk the
Not gonna
ball like
fall.
twice this season. Get
I'm
the fuck
saying
out
because
of
our
here.
point guards are garbage.
Don't give him a rock.
But when the ball hits his hands, he's dunking it. So
I did see him do a between the legs dunk on a fast break though.
yeah,
I've only seen that in 2K
as a
did
in
see
high
him do
school.
that too.
as a
In high
power
school.
forward,
I seen him do that
That
too,
was
and my
crazy.
phone lit up and said something about Obi. I was like, "Who's Obi? Who's
I
stealing
did
my
what?
name?" I swear to God, who is out here stealing my name? And he from New York too.
You remember
He took my whole flow, bar for bar.
Drake, bro? Do you remember the lob that Kevin Knox threw him, where Kevin Knox came around the corner, went like this, bro, scared like this, and just threw the ball up in the air, and Obi Toppin jumped up top of the
Nah,
backboard.
he could jump. He can jump.
Yeah, I think he's in it actually. Like I think because they
In
were
the
like,
dunk contest?
yeah, because they asked him about it like during like a press thingy like a few weeks ago, and they were like, I don't want to say too much, man. Hopefully I get to make it. If I don't, I don't. But like I don't want to say too much yet. So I think like they
Like,
reached out to him or something. Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, the low key the best part of the All-Star Weekend is low key the skills challenge. I really like that shit. That shit is so fun to watch.
I hope Alfred Payton could be in that.
You don't like watching the skills challenge?
The Melo Ball will be in the skill challenge.
Oh, that'd be tough. Him and Lonzo. It's got Lonzo misses the layup. It'd be sick.
Lonzo will be. Yeah, I'm saying Lonzo will be missing the layup, bro. I ain't trying to see them. Nah, I ain't trying to see that happen, bro.
That'd be
Now, the
funny.
worst is when you watch the skills challenge, bro, and whoever's going like loses the ball, like going around the cones, and you like, damn, bro, what are you even doing? Here? What are you even doing here, bro?
The pass.
No,
Yeah, bro.
the pass when the other guy makes the pass and then they just take the ball, go like this, throw them to the ground, and then run.
Just do it enough times to just pass.
Throw the ball anywhere near the target and take off. That's the
Plus
best.
5 on your score.
Oh man, that's funny. All right, so that's NBA. That'd be great to watch. I really hope they come out with those. They're probably gonna have to come out with those kind of stuff soon. Like, are they doing all the same festivities? Because they said they were gonna do like the slam dunk contest at halftime. So I guess that means like no
I don't get how they're gonna do
contest. I don't know how they're gonna do it either, but
honestly,
I'll watch it.
in all honesty, like it's cool that we're gonna be able to watch it, but like I get it. If I'm a player, bro, I don't even want to do it at this point.
A dunk contest in the empty gym cannot be the same. Like it's
defeating
all
the
the crowd. Yeah.
Oh, that's another. The playoffs might have crowds at them this year.
I mean, a lot of fans are starting to fill in now.
Yeah,
for a lot of
MSG's
teams.
opening up.
Yeah, it sounds
we
loud.
go
out
tomorrow.
the Barclays. We out
Yeah.
the Barclays.
Oh,
Yeah.
watch them play.
I'm going to the real stadium.
The real stadium's in Brooklyn.
It's
Brooklyn's
not.
where it's at right now.
It's not.
Brooklyn's where it's out. Shout out Bobby Schmurler. Free my boy Bobby.
He's free.
Brooklyn's
He's
where
free.
it's
He's
at
free.
He's free. He's free. Congratulations on being free.
So yeah, Barclays ain't put nothing up for them. Y'all seen the?
I'm saying you see what happened on the Garden, man. Free Bobby on the Garden, man.
On the jumbotron.
They did it. They did it in Brooklyn.
I don't know. I didn't see it, so it wasn't.
At his crib, maybe.
Sign wasn't big enough.
Do it on the Barclays.
Sign wasn't big enough. All right. NFL. If you stuck to the NFL, you must really like football. We appreciate it.
If you skip to this part of the podcast, you're the first to ever skip to this part.
We try to trick you guys with switching up the order. So hey, this isn't the
Gotcha.
NBA.
Go back to 10. Well, they'll be on the side.
Right, left corner.
I'll write them down later.
So the first, obviously, a lot of these stories, actually, all of these stories revolve around quarterbacks. So, because that's where the NFL is at this point. So the three names that are being talked about the most right now: Russell Wilson, Big Ben, Deshaun Watson, and then a far runner-up would be Sam Darnold. He is one of the names being talked about.
Far runner-up.
No, he is. So with Russ, they've been talking about like the whole him and the Seahawks. Like apparently the organization was mad at him. That he was frustrated with the organization. Both sides seemed to be annoyed, and everyone was like, then nothing really came out. But now they're saying now that apparently like they said that if they were to trade him, the bidding price would start at 3 first-round picks. And according to like I don't know where he sourced it from, but I saw on Pat McAfee's show that like a third of the league has already checked in on his availability, which obviously if a top 5 quarterback does not want to play for that football team anymore, you pick up your phone. But 3 first-round picks is, you know what you're getting, but do you use those same picks to go get a Deshaun Watson? Or do you go with the experience of Russell Wilson, who's been a Super Bowl winner, and a team that carries an offense and wins still over like, because how old is Russell Wilson? I'm not sure, like 30, early 30s, 30,
31.
Yeah. So like, you can see him playing for another 7-8 years, and your investment makes sense. But I don't know. Would you, if you were one of those teams who need a quarterback, who are you giving up those draft picks for, Deshaun or Russ, and why? Who's your first choice?
That's the same thing with the KP thing. Like, it matters what your team is. If you're the Chicago Bears, maybe that's also a tough one too. Then that's a toss up right there because you could build a dynasty with Deshaun Watson, or
I feel like they're both the same player.
you could go win that
6 something.
Yeah, but one's more proven than the like.
Yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson is really,
because as good as Deshaun Watson is, like, and I know it's not his fault. Obviously, it's not his fault, but they are not winning. Like, even as bad as Seattle was, even after they lost Legion to Boom, they're still making the playoffs every year because he's that good. Like, would you pay
one of the worst safeties in football?
Would you pay 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You would?
For both of them.
Would you pay 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
Yeah. The only reason why you're paying more for Watson,
not get someone in the second round.
He hasn't started the max deal yet. That's the only reason why.
No, he is on it though, because he already signed the extension, so he's gonna get it.
No. But he hasn't. The money hasn't started.
Yeah. It starts next year. Or this. Oh
no, is it this year?
It's like $10 million. His cap it's like $10 million this year, so it's not that. But like, isn't Russ making like 40, like at least or something?
They just signed the extension as well.
Yeah, so that has
So Seattle.
I mean, and Watson's deal is not like it increases, but it doesn't increase anything unrealistic, like ridiculous. Like it's gonna be cheaper.
It's worth it, regardless of how much it is. It's worth it.
But it's gonna be cheaper than the deal that Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen signed in 2 or 3 years. Like it's gonna be cheaper than that when their deals are signed because they're gonna get paid like the same range as Russ
and Dak Prescott.
Wait! You think Lamar Jackson's gonna get paid like that?
Yeah, with like the inflation of the contracts, yeah.
Got to.
Yeah. Especially because like
he's gonna find a way to fleece him.
I don't think
they will.
No, they will, but I don't know how badly will they fleece him is the question. He will be fleeced, but the extent of the fleecing, we're not sure yet.
Try to.
Yeah, but you haven't showed us you can really throw the ball. So,
at all. And then when the playoffs come, you just run around. So,
bro, and I hate that. Like this week, I'm sorry if we're venturing into a new conversation, but this week, like all his receivers have been like kind of like throwing him in the system under the bus. I don't know if you guys saw what Willie Snead said, and
they threw him. They said something about Lamar.
No, they were talking about the system, but I mean, like, come on.
Lamar is the system.
He is the system. Yeah.
Des Bryant said. I saw the quote, and it was like Des Bryant says that he wants to play for 2 more years, and their next 2 years won't be with Baltimore
because like
anywhere but here. And then Willie
they didn't
Snead
give him the rock. They didn't play him.
Yeah, and Willie Snead was like, "Oh, you guys keep talking about number one. How about y'all just give somebody an opportunity?" And I was just like, "Damn."
How about you grow an inch or two, bro? Short ass.
Wait,
5'10", bro.
Well, no, Willie Snead is like 6 foot.
No, he's not. I looked it up because we were talking about how many receivers does he have over 6 foot.
Are you for real?
Yeah, he's like 5'10". He gotta be.
Bro, it's not even like Harbaugh's fault though. It's like
5'11". 5'11".
And he's listed at 5'11". It's like he was taking it like this. He was measuring him. I'll be the number one.
You said opportunities?
My name ain't Hollywood, but
bro, Hollywood. I hope Hollywood don't say nothing to the press because
I'm saying
if we gonna talk about opportunities, you have them all.
Dude, I don't want to hear from Hollywood, bro. I don't want to hear from you.
It's just gonna get open,
bro. Be the number 3 and be happy about it, bro.
That's a lot,
dude. Run fast and catch the ball.
Bro, Chris Godwin. I feel like a lot of the wide receivers who are about to be free agents, like the big ones, like Godwin. I think Antonio Brown too. Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, Kenny Galladay, Allen Robinson.
They're all of them are
franchise tagged and then traded later though.
all those guys are
Right,
so good, though. They're
Yeah.
like, dude, Allen Robinson's putting up numbers with like Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. Allen Robinson is ridiculous.
Chase Daniel.
Jesus. Kenny Galladay, like I get
It's
to put up
ridiculous,
numbers because
too.
Stafford just is good, but like I
Not
mean,
even a
like,
good receiver.
can you imagine what Harbaugh feels like trying to create an offense around this kid? Like, yes, like one of the most explosive athletes ever seen in the NFL, but also plays quarterback. So you
We
can't,
need more tight ends.
you
They
can't
just
beat.
put people on the field to block.
Yeah, dude, they had Andrews, Boyle. They traded they had him, Boyle, and Hayden Hurst, and they traded Hayden Hurst for whoever they got from Atlanta.
The worst blocker.
Yeah, like they drafted 2 tight ends in one draft because they knew what they were gonna do. I guess staying in that division, we could talk about Big Ben, who I guess they came out and said he's coming back next year, and I guess
More
like
year.
that's the point where
One more year.
I don't know. You guys think he should have came back? Cause
Yeah.
or like they don't think they should have explored a different avenue?
No, you can't go out like that to the Browns, bro.
Yeah, you can't. But
The
can the
same
team
old.
can the team do it? Like, that's the point where you're playing the game of like loyalty to a player, but also team success. Like, remember
When they
when
started off the season 11 and I know they had an easy schedule, but they started off the season 11-0. Like there was a stat that said like Ben Roethlisberger was like the winning number was in the hundreds and the losing number was like in double digits, and it was like when the team as a whole rushes for over 100 yards, like he wins this many games. So it was like just get him a run game, which is gonna be hard because Marquise Pouncey just left.
Yeah.
And retired.
I didn't realize how old Marquise Pouncey was. Like, I know they've been in the league for a minute, but I never realized he was that old.
Nah, yeah, I didn't know he was that old either.
Like, he's just been around for a minute, but I never knew he was like 13 seasons old. Like, that's a lot.
Went to Florida, right?
Yeah, he had a brother too.
With Aaron Hernandez.
Both of his brothers, yep, and the greatest college football player of all time.
Timmy
Tim
Tebow.
Tim
Tebow.
Tebow.
Percy Harvin. Tim Tebow ain't nothing without Percy Harvin.
And Percy Harvin ain't nothing without weed. The best player in college football history. Yeah.
Best player in jet receiver history.
Yeah, I'm saying. But him and then Jericho Cotchery.
Santonio Holmes.
Disney was tough. Braylon Edwards. Damn. You remember when Decker?
Bro, y'all
Decker and Brandon Marshall went stupid.
Wayne Corbett?
I know that. That's a given. But also not that fun because
Wayne Corbett.
You know why he's not that fun. So
Brandon Marshall.
What?
But bro, you seen that? Brandon Marshall put up numbers with Fitzmagic. That was a fun year.
He did put up
and then
Brandon Marshall was a beast.
Sold. Now shout out Brandon Marshall. Keep repping the Jets on like all those shows on Fox Sports. Appreciate it. No,
not even his podcast. I Am Athlete. He be repping the Jets too.
Remember when he's carrying his helmet around on the set? On the set of he'd be carrying his helmet around and putting it on when they talk about the Jets on like the shows on First Take.
I didn't even
whatever it is with Nick Wright. But with Big Ben, like I don't know, like I feel like it's the point where like production might not meet like what he's done before, like the same way like it ended with like Eli and the Giants. Like it wasn't ideal, like for someone who's done your franchise so well. Not even Drew Brees, because Drew Brees at least like Drew Brees didn't play well, but he went out. They like Eli had like a 200 game like starting streak, and then they just benched him for one game,
and then played him the next game.
Brought him back. Like it was just bad publicity. Like
we're gonna break the streak. Yeah, that was bad. Like just organizationally. Like all around, which I'm sure, which they've cleaned up for sure now. They just need an answer at the quarterback
that
position.
Was horrendous.
For Geno Smith, I think, right?
Management.
I was happy because of Geno, because I always wanted to see Geno get one more chance, but you can't do it for Eli Manning, though.
Bro, y'all have been – I wish, like, Geno would have just said, nah, I can't do that to them. You got to give him the first snap.
He's going to say, give me the ball. I'm trying to get paid next year.
Yeah, he would have said that.
Nah, you are, but damn.
Especially the time that Geno got to start before that.
At least the first snap. Just let him take the first snap and then sit. Lost the game anyways, bums.
I remember the second year when Fitzmagic was bad and they let Geno start a game. That's like the third play he tore his ACL, and I was like, no. I was like, Geno.
Wait. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, was that the year he was throwing all of them them fucking long balls to Percy Harvin.
Oh,
Nah, it wasn't. Dude,
relax.
they were
Bro, I was so tight that game, bro, because it was his first
could
game,
tell.
and he was
They
the
won.
only person that.
They won.
No. It was the first or the second game, bro. But Gino was wailing and threw 3 picks in the first half because he would only throw to Percy Harvin.
They were 8-8 that year, and Nick Folk hit like 4 game winners. Nick Legend, Nick Folk, appreciate it. Oh no,
Nick
wait,
Legend, Jet Legend.
Jet Legend,
Jet Legend.
Nick Folk. I meant Nick.
All-time leading scorer.
Nick Legend, Jet Folk.
All-time leading
Had an
scorer in
aneurysm
Jet
on the
history,
podcast.
and then you signed with the Patriots. You traitor.
Trader
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah,
Nah, Revis did it too, but you know.
They were the only team to took Reefus.
don't even get me started. That was the best time to be alive as a Jet fan. Dude, they had him and Cromartie.
Yeah, Revis and
What were you going to do?
Oh, nuts.
Saying paying child support out the wazoo.
The
Didn't
second best
care.
white safety I've ever seen. Jim Leonard was just running around at 5'9".
Tim Leonard.
Ball hawking and returning punts, bro.
The second best white safety.
Dude, yeah. Eric Weddle.
No.
Eric
wait.
Weddle.
I thought Jeremy Curley was
Jeremy Curley was there too, but I think Jeremy Curley returned like kicks. Do you remember Leon Washington?
Yes.
Dude.
You know, Washington is still in the league.
No, he's not. He's like the
Yeah, Keller Winslow Jr. too.
Yeah. No, Leon Washington's a special
we did
teams
have
coach now.
Yeah, I geeked.
It's the Raiders, maybe. I think they hired him recently.
Yeah, cause I think that was the last time he was on. That's why.
Dude, that was so fun when they had LT when he wasn't LT, but he was still doing the celebration, so he looked like LT. That was fun. That was a great times. All right,
Advisor.
Oh, dude, I had the powder
Sean
blue
Green.
LaDainian Tomlinson jersey. That shit was so tough. Oh my god, man, the good old days.
Yeah. Okay.
I
remember we won. Super Bowls there in those. I remember Super Bowls.
That's fine. But have you ever beat?
Y'all remember wild card games?
Have you ever beat Tom Brady in Foxborough in the playoffs?
Twice.
Not in the playoffs.
I beat him in a Super Bowl.
Not in the frozen tundra of
I beat
Foxborough.
him. I beat him where it counts. I beat him in the bowl game. He's not my GOAT.
I just received the text, so
I see.
Oh.
It's game time. I see. So, Deshaun Watson. All right. You've heard about him a lot. He
plays. A lot of people want him.
And that's it. Thank you for watching. No. Deshaun Watson. His narrative listed 3 teams. Panthers, Dolphins, Jets.
Jets.
Jets. Jets. Jets.
Jets.
But it's also reported by a local reporter. I forgot his name exactly, but he's very close to the Texans organization that the Texans don't want verbatim. It was in quotes and said the Texans don't want the pick, and then it said the team name. So it said the Dolphins. It said the Carolina pick. They want the second best quarterback in the draft. And I said that sounds very specific and who you're targeting with this exact report. You're telling the Jets to pay all of it so you can come get Deshaun Watson.
Unless they think it's Justin Fields. And
that's been the story the entire time. So if the Jets want to pay him, they have the assets to do it. How much will they be willing to part with? But now it's like reports are like
all of it. They should be willing to do all of it.
Most of it.
Tear it all down.
But the
bet on black
from like Ian Rappaport is saying that like after all these trades that happened and like there's talks about like Bridgewater and like Watson and Darnold being traded, like now apparently the market has hit like a standstill and it's gonna be a while before we see one of those quarterbacks moved. I think it's because a lot of teams are getting to that part. Well, they've been doing it all along, but now they're really diving into like draft film and figuring out who that number 2 guy is, who that number 3 guy is, how good Trey Lance is, how good Mac Jones is. Like
people like Mac Jones. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people like Mac Jones too.
People
are looking deep into this draft.
People are trying to figure out and probably gauge interest around the league of like if they can even get the guys that they like where they're sitting. So I don't know, of those 3 teams, who do you think ends up with Deshaun Watson?
Oh, I know y'all. Yeah, I know y'all both. I know y'all both hope. I think whatever the Panthers could put together, I think the Panthers could put together a blockbuster deal if they really wanted it. All right, y'all keep it up. That was not even a jet. Boeing planes, but yeah, I think Carolina might end up with him. Honestly, just don't want the Jets to end up with him. But I think Carolina knows with it.
I mean, everything I've learned as a Jets fan and have been taught as a Jets fan tells me he'll be a Miami Dolphin. But everything I want to be true, I hope he becomes a Jet. But from what I've seen with my eyes for 21 and almost 21 years and 11 months, tells me he will be down in South Beach. So, I would like them to do
11 months and 1 week.
I'm saying we're getting close. Getting close. You guys are going to see a video of me on the internet. It's photoshopped. All right? It's not real. The video is not real. It's not real.
The video you guys will see in 3 weeks is real.
It is real.
It is real.
But if anyone has any jokes about it, comment down below and I'll play you one-on-one to settle it. So keep all your jokes, but I'll
play you one-on-one.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Saying,
Brian Wallace.
Yeah, facts.
If I see Giants,
I bet I see one Brandon Garcia in this comment, bro, because maybe
because he'll beat all the Brandon.
All the Brandon Garcias will lose and not score.
Yeah, Brandon Garcia thinks he could hit 5 floaters in a row.
Running full speed at the hoop, he said.
Actually, he got to make more 3-pointers than me.
And
well, we get down to it.
And he will.
Yes, the long stretch. I think this quick episode format is good for you guys. I think a lot of information, quick.
I don't think this one was quick though.
I mean, it was quick enough. Sped up.
Speed it up 45 minutes. Speed it up.
Speed it up.
You guys will know what we are. Our guesses could be way off at this point.
Shoeless.
Joe's podcast, soon to be heard around the world. Yeah, I mean, we got more content this week, so it definitely made it a lot easier for us.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we will get more in the upcoming weeks. But if you guys have things you want us to talk about, get at us. We have I can't reach over
there. I'll do it for you. I got you.
We have the accounts, the social media
That's
accounts.
Your favorite
get at us.
We have
what do y'all want?
We have the comment section.
We have the what? Oh. The comments.
Even if you want to talk about your favorite college teams, we'll do some research.
Yeah.
Your favorite draft prospect. We can do that. We can
your
do
favorite NHL.
Andre Cisco. Shout out Andre Cisco. Hometown hero.
Bucky Brooks, 4th ranked safety in this draft. So
he's number 1, but he's really number 1. It's all right though.
But we can do all of it. We are here for you. We have fun doing this, yes, of course. But we want
public
to
service.
entertain you all. All right. You know when you come to Shoeless Joe's podcast, you're getting quality. And we're here to provide it. So don't be shy. We're here. But on that note, thank you for listening. Right here, all the stuff you already know. Subscribe, comment.
Let's jump to where you want to know.
Doesn't matter because we have an all-star. And that's all that matters. Trae Young, you didn't make it.
Wait, Giannis made the all-star team?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He
was a starter. He was a starter, I think. I think he was a starter.
Didn't deserve it anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.